So, Arisha, nothing drives me crazier than when I can't get a straight answer out of somebody or a photo that we took. Just kidding.
God. Yeah, I know. I'm fully aware.
Like, I need things to be solved.
Well, yeah,
It's just
who wants open-ended answers?
I know.
Like, we need to know what's happening when it's
Yes.
happening.
Yes, and for the last 2 months or so, no one's been able to get a straight answer out of Buckingham Palace about where the hell Princess Kate Middleton has been. So she was last spotted on Christmas, and, pretty much everyone on Earth has been like, where is she?
Yeah. Everyone's checking their Snapchat maps to see where she's been hanging out. But as you can probably imagine, the speculation and conspiracy theories about why she's been out of the public eye have been just truly wild.
Yeah, and that's always my favorite part of everything.
Yeah.
Just the absurd theories.
Yeah.
From Wondery, I'm Brooke Sifrin.
And I'm Arisha Skidmore-Williams. It's Tuesday, March 5th.
And you're listening to Rich and Daily. So, Richies, the Royals are probably the most photographed family in the world. It feels like every day we're seeing a picture of them, one of them at least, doing something somewhere.
Yeah.
And now, a picture that was released yesterday has become pretty big news across the pond and here, pretty much everywhere at this point.
Yeah.
So the photo is of Princess Catherine riding in a car with her mom. And this is a big deal because, like we said, she's been MIA for more than 2 months.
Yeah, can I just say, I didn't think this was a big deal. And yet in the span of 24 hours, this has come up non-initiated by me 4 times. Like outside of, it's just like I was out yesterday and people were talking about it. I'm like, when did this, all of a sudden everyone's talking about it and I hadn't heard anything until now.
I know. Well, it's like when we were recording Vial Files.
Yeah.
His one producer, Allison, was like, guys, breaking news. We just saw Kate.
It's like, thank God. I know I was holding my breath.
Yeah.
But the public hadn't seen Catherine since Christmas. And she's always been one of the most photographed royals, but she's been conspicuously missing. Like on her birthday this year, she turned 42 on January 9th. And she must have celebrated behind closed doors with no paparazzi cameras to document the occasion, which is like, then did she even celebrate? I don't know.
Right. Nowadays, she's the same age, I guess.
Yeah.
She's 41 still.
That's the way to do it, honestly. And then on January 17th, Buckingham Palace announced that Catherine was sent to the hospital for a planned abdominal surgery. But the palace did not give any further details. And then almost 2 weeks after being admitted to the hospital on January 29th, Buckingham Palace announced that she had returned home, but that she would not be resuming any of her public royal duties until Easter, which is March 31st, for all of those who were wondering.
Yeah, we're going to do a brunch. Do you want to come?
I think I'm going to be out of town.
Oh, my God. That sounds made
Literally
up.
just made the plan. We literally
With who? Catherine?
Yes. One of my theories is that she's out here although it's ruined now because they spotted her, but she was hanging out with her in-laws. She's like, Harry and Meghan, I kind of like you both.
Yeah,
I don't care
she loves
what
them.
the Daily Mail says.
Yeah. So since Princess Catherine dropped off the radar, people have had a lot of questions about what's going on. But, like we said, Buckingham Palace hasn't really given any answers. They just said that thing about her planned abdominal surgery and then not really much else. And since the palace has been really upfront about King Charles's cancer diagnosis, the fact that they've been so tight-lipped about all of this has been a pretty big red flag to all the royal watchers out there. And something else that raised eyebrows was Buckingham Palace's announcement that she'd be postponing any upcoming engagements, including her visit to my Easter brunch. No one's coming now.
Your guest list was 2 people, Kate and me.
I was going to make a candy charcuterie. I'm still going to. No one's going to stop me.
Nothing's going to stop. Yeah, come on. You'd make that just for yourself.
I would.
And Instagram.
Yep.
So, of course, people are wondering if this was truly a planned surgery, then why were plans made that they knew they'd have to cancel? That seems like poor planning on the royals' part.
Yeah.
And then also Catherine's recovery time is sparking concern. When she was admitted to the hospital, Buckingham Palace announced that she'd stay there to recover for 10 to 14 days. And so a lot of people assume this meant that her surgery must have been pretty involved to warrant that long of an in-hospital recovery time.
Yeah.
And for those of you that aren't learned doctors like myself, you'll know that generally speaking, the goal is to get somebody out of the hospital very quickly because obviously there's still a lot of infections in the hospital. So 10 to 14 days is a long time to be post-op in a hospital.
Is a royal, though, like they're just at a regular hospital?
Yeah.
Like with everyone else? They don't have
It's that universal health care. They have to show up and wait in the waiting room with everyone else.
Is that true, though? Like they don't have special,
they would
like
have
where are they going?
ones.
So,
I'm sure they're in like one of those like suites.
Yeah.
That it's like nicer than some of the hotels I've stayed at probably.
Probably.
But, you know, there are, of course, a lot of unfounded rumors and theories making their rounds, including one that claimed that her condition was so serious that she wound up in a coma, which is really scary.
That is
But a
scary.
spokesperson for Princess Catherine did deny rumors that there was anything wrong with her. They said she was doing well and that they would only be providing updates when something was significant.
Yeah. So we alluded to this already, but there were, of course, conspiracy theories about her hospital stay. This is always just the best part of these because they're so wild, and I just love it. I love a fun conspiracy theory, you know?
Yeah, we
I
need
know I've
more
said
of
this so many
those.
times. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So some joked and speculated that she went in for a Brazilian butt lift. Others joked that she was avoiding the paparazzi because she got bad bangs and she was waiting for them to grow out. And it's like,
That's
valid.
real.
Yeah.
I want that to be real.
Remember last week you're like, should I get bangs? And I was like, that would look crazy with your
I
tundreled
told you,
bangs.
I know. My friend she has hair that like has curly bangs, and I'm like, and if Catherine can do it,
Yeah.
unknown to everyone out here, why can't I?
Just get clip-on ones first to try it out.
Oh, come on.
And then get the scissors.
The idea of clipping on bangs, I might as well just clip on a tie while I'm at it.
Do it. So like we mentioned up top, we did finally get a Catherine sighting yesterday at Windsor Castle. Or did we?
Everyone blow out those prayer candles. She's been found.
Yeah.
So in the photo that is making its rounds, Catherine looks like she's trying to keep a low profile. She had her hair down, bangs nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
And she was wearing black sunglasses. Her mom is driving her, Carol. So, and I know a lot of people probably like me. They're like, wait, Catherine's in the driver's seat.
You did
But
say
remember,
that.
they're in the UK. So it looks like she's driving, but she's actually passengering. It's a real mind screw when I was in the UK, like getting into cars.
Oh, I bet.
I'd be like, that can't be my Uber. There's somebody in the passenger seat already. And
I know. That would
it
take
was a
time for
driver.
me, for
It
sure.
does. It takes time.
Yeah.
So back in late January, before Catherine returned home, a source told people that Carol and Catherine's dad, Michael, would be a reassuring presence when Kate goes back to Windsor to recuperate. So even though we're not sure what exactly has gone down with Catherine's health, we do know that it's not stopping her official calendar from getting things added to it. On June 8th, she'll be attending the Trooping the Color Parade, which marks the official celebration of King Charles's birthday.
Wow. Wait, so it's a parade for his birthday, or does it just happen to fall? Oh, it's the official celebration.
I think it's for his birthday, yeah.
That's wild.
Lifestyles of the kings and queens.
Yeah. So Arisha, she's been off the radar for a couple of months. We did finally have a sighting yesterday. I don't think any answers have been given, really. Like, I don't know that this answers anything for me. What do you
Well,
think
we
about
didn't see
all of
her
this?
behind. We didn't get to see her derriere, so we can't
I
confirm if she
know.
did get the
She
BBL
is
or
sitting
not.
on it, though.
And she did look higher, like
She did.
elevated. Like she's got two nice juicy peaches. I can't talk about women like that. I don't know. I was like, well, you know, it's the beginning of the year. Maybe she was like, I'm going to do a cleanse. Like a lot of people do those social media cleanses. And she's like, I'm going to do a paparazzi
I
cleanse.
thought you meant like a juice cleanse. She's been shitting her
That
brains
too.
out for
Yeah.
14 days.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where we say, you know, they mentioned Charles's cancer stuff. But
Yeah.
I'm convinced they only mentioned it once they knew he was in the clear. Like, I think they're very, it's like celebrities here that are, you know, really well known, like Taylor Swift, the Kardashians. I think that the royals are very calculated in what information they release, when they release it, how they release it. And so whatever is going on, to them, it's worth the speculation. So I don't know what that means for her.
Yeah. This photo of her, how do I say this? She looks different. Like if you zoom in on the photo,
It's
looks
so grainy.
Yeah, but like her face looks different. And I see a lot of comments that are like, it's Pippa. People are like, it's not Pippa.
God, people are just
And I've
itching for a conspiracy.
of course seen a lot of Weekend at Bernie's memes.
Yeah.
And but some comments are like, maybe she got a hysterectomy and like that's, maybe she was in recovery for that. So my friend Meredith Constant is like a big royal commentator on TikTok. She posts on Instagram. She follows the British media. She does really deep dives. And she was saying, like there have been a lot of pressure for them to say something about her, like give us an update, what's going on. And she's like, and this seems like a calculated, perfect move on their part to have it be a paparazzi photo and not like an official photo or an official, like,
of course.
So them being like, well, we didn't release it. It just happened to be the paparazzi, So it's like, I don't know. But I will say
we're all just watching, we're all just puppets watching puppets being moved around. And it's one of those things where it's like, we may never know the truth of what's going on unless, Kate pulls a Harry/Meghan and goes all out on the other side. Yeah. But it's just one of those things where it's like, we're not going to know 100% this is, in covering Diana and Meghan and every other royal we've covered, not even on Even the Royals, but over on Even the Rich, available wherever you get your podcasts. We talk about how they're all in cahoots with the media anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
So 100% that was staged.
And they could give us an answer. Like they could release a statement.
Yeah.
And we still wouldn't know that it was the truth, Yeah. So we're all just a bunch of clowns.
Sounds like this is a perfect time for us to go undercover as princesses.
As princesses?
As
we just show
tutors,
up as like
tutors for a little girl, all fall in love with the prince.
Uh-huh.
A different prince. I don't want William. One of the lesser known princes.
I was literally just picturing the prince in A Christmas Prince in that movie that you're talking about.
Of course.
But yeah, that's perfect. I'll get my gown ready. We'll just knock on the door.
Yeah, don't forget your sneakers.
Oh, God, the styling in that movie. Go to jail.
I know. That's the real crime here.
From Wondery, I'm Brooke Sifrin.
And I'm Marisha Skidmore-Williams. This is Rich and Daily.
See you tomorrow, Richies. If you like our show, please follow us on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you're listening right now.
Be sure to follow us on all socials at Arisha Skidmore-Williams and at Brooke Sifrin. We love to connect with you.